Denying our feelings and going numb is life denying. We have emotions for a reason. It's critical to our survival as a species. As we gain the capacity to become aware of our feelings, even the painful ones, we become more alive and more conscious. And with that awareness comes the possibility of exercising control over how we respond to those feelings. With knowledge comes responsibility. The world is affected by your yeses and nos. So what do I mean by that? For those of you asking what you should do or could do, here are some answers. For the state of the environment and climate change, face your grief and have a vision of the future. This can apply to lots of things happening in the world right now. Climate change, coronavirus, international politics, national politics, environmentally related, all kinds of things. Changes are going to come that are going to be even more disorienting than the ones we are experiencing now. And it's going to be easy to lose our focus unless we can clearly see where we want to go. Keep asking questions. Defend the truth. Learn to find the truth. Distinguish between real science and pseudoscience. And don't give up on people that have opinions that are different than yours. We need to share. We need to understand perspectives. See yourself as a citizen and not as a consumer. Reflect on your relationship with stuff on a daily basis. What are you purchasing and using and throwing away? Reclaim your idea of what is a good life. What makes you happy? Dematerialize. If you do consume, practice responsible consumerism. Put your money where it matters, in both how you buy, what you buy, and how you invest. You have tools, right? Now you know some of them. Curiosity and bravery and vulnerability, speaking and writing for yourself, making connections. These tools are going to be really important as you become active participants in the places where you are. Your communities, your home communities, wherever that might be, your workplace, volunteer organizations, clubs you're in. It's important. And then another part of that is to engage in politics. Democracies are threatened right now by the climate crisis and the lack of understanding around diversity, and we must evolve to meet the challenge. The first duty of government is to protect its people. And across much of the world, the form of democracy we've come to be used to is failing. Climate change is an existential threat that's likely to intensify faster than most people today realize. So if our systems of government can't protect us from that existential threat, then they're going to have to be replaced. But those replacements are going to take too long. So we have to work in a system where we are right now. Engage. Be your authentic self. Be real. Real makes more connections and more valuable connections. As Kat said on Monday, you can share your sparkles, but make sure you keep some for yourself. Don't give away the parts of you. Make sure you maintain some. And then honor the relationships with yourself and with others and with the natural world. Find what relationships make you feel whole and seek those out. Seek those out. I'd like you to write this down in your journal, this quote. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. As I said before, some of you are going to have jobs that are not even created yet. So create it. Make it feel alive to you. What do you think of this quote? I'd like you to talk to your neighbor. So what do you think? Any thoughts? Any thoughts?
Hi, Jen.
Hi, where are you?
I'm in the back, to your right.
Gotcha.
Right here.
Thank you.
All right, so I interpreted this as do what makes you feel like most happy, do whatever makes you feel alive, because I feel like in today's time, so many people are conditioned to just do like a 9 to 5, and people are like kind of slowly turning into robots. So do what makes you happy, do what makes you alive, and that's going to make the world a lot brighter.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. How about passing it right up to the person in front of you there? Thank you.
I'd like to consider myself fortunate for doing a lot of the things that I absolutely love to do, being a photographer, being a musician, everything like that, because I do interpret this as just do the things that work for you, no matter what that means for others. Now, speaking of others, a few months ago, one of my good friends got a mic in this class and said something to me that stuck with me for a while. So to you, Brendan Locke, love you, dude. Thank you for everything you said about me a few months back. And this is my return to you. Thanks, dude.
Stand to go. I don't know if I can talk after.
I have one on the balcony to your left.
Okay, give me just a second, Liberty. Go ahead, Vic.
That's tough to beat. That was really wholesome, but the way I interpreted this was the idea of being connected and how much a local impact can have on a global scale. So I remember we were at Shavers Creek, and at one of the stations we were talking about how the creek, what happens in the creek affects the river, which then affects the whole ocean. So I think that same idea can be applied to almost anything, and any kind of movement that you want to do. You don't realize that your individual impact can have such a larger scale on everyone else, and it's so important to just start small, and you'd be surprised how big of an impact that really could with anything.
Yeah, thanks for saying so. Thank you. Yeah. Up in the balcony then.
Hi. Okay. So I interpreted this quote as like what the first person said about like people becoming robots. Like I definitely agree with that, but I think it's sometimes unrealistic to kind of not work or, you know, not make any money.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes that's just a means to an end. Like I know for sure that's what it is for me. Like I have to go get a job because I want to support the things that make me feel alive. And so I know that, and I have that in the back of my head. That's kind of what drives everything I do. But just like always remembering the things that like make you feel good, the people that you surround yourself with, and those connections are like what's really important. But like at the end of the day, you might have to do things that don't necessarily align with that to uphold and support and like make these other things happen. So yeah.
Finding balance.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for saying so. Yes.
Hey, Jen.
Hi.
So when I see this phrase, come alive, I think of creativity. And being creative has given me this fear of burnout. And that fear has driven me to change my major. I'm on like number 5 right now. But then this semester, I heard somebody say, where there's love, there's creativity. And that has stuck with me the whole semester. And it made me realize, you know, if I just tap into all this love that I know I have inside of me, then I'll be okay. And so will everyone else. So find your love.
Hey, Jen.
Yeah?
So I got something. So I think for me, for like to come alive, in order to, right here.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
So in order to come alive, like you have to find your why. Like you have to find what makes you come alive. And everyone's individual thing is going to be different, right? But in order, if you want to achieve anything, you have to find what drives you. And if you don't find that, you're going to live a very directionless life, and you're not going to find any fulfillment. So I think you have to start internally before you can ever hope to make that larger scale vision come alive.
This is the big connection, right? You have to make this connection first. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
So, I guess for me, this quote, I was thinking like this is about like having the courage to like do what you love. And like personally for me, I have spent a lot of my life like being scared of what others will think of me or like scared of doing the wrong thing. But on Monday, I don't know which one of the LC said it, but they said like, this is all of our first times here on earth. And like, I've been thinking about that ever since, because it's like, yeah, that's so true. Like nobody knows more than me. I don't know any more than anyone else. And we just need to do what we love and what feels right in our hearts and what's right for everything.
Yeah, thank you for saying so. All right, one more. I see one more there.
I'm over here, sorry. Like,
Oh, okay,
Right here.
sorry. Okay, 2 more.
so, sorry, I have like no voice. I feel like coming alive to me, I love learning, but I hate school. And I never got to learn in high school and kind of college what I wanted to pursue in. I'm in advertising with like a DMTA minor and CAS minor, but being creative is like part of coming alive, but also just exploring, like learning about the world, but going out and exploring it. Like I know my friends and I were debating on actually, like it's going to be controversial, but we don't want to get jobs right after college. We want to go backpacking in Europe and stay in Europe for quite a while. It's cheaper over there. As well as I can eat over there. I'm celiac. I can't eat here. Like I get sick all the time. My groceries for 8 tortillas are $9. Like I can't live like that. And even though it's going to be using jet fuel to go to Europe, my friends and I are going to try and find jobs, I believe, in Europe. Like me being a marketer or freelancing and finding like my own happiness where I feel more involved and like surrounded by people that I love.
Sweet. Do it. Try it out. See what happens. Yes, last
Hi.
one over here. Hi.
What makes you come alive? This just make me think of the hero's journey that we talked about a while ago. And I feel everyone has their own version of come alive or hero's journey. Maybe for some people, like this is like something great, like being creative, like going travel to Africa, like doing all these cool things, and that's really cool. But maybe for some people who come from poverty, having the most basic 9-to-5 middle class life, that's their hero's journey.
Yes.
Maybe for some people that come from a third world country, become a waitress in America, that's their hero's journey.
Yes.
So yeah, just wanted to add that.
Thank you. Beautiful. So know this, right? Even at this, what feels like kind of a late hour, we still have a choice about our future, and therefore every action, every choice we make counts. We're capable of making the right choices about our own destiny. We're not doomed to a devastating future. Humanity is not flawed and incapable of responding to these big problems if we just do it, right? Just act. When the eyes of our children and their children look straight into ours and they ask, "What did you do?" our answer cannot be, "Well, we did everything we could." That's not going to work. It has to be more than that. There's really only one answer. We have to do everything that's necessary. We did everything that's necessary. It will be a story of great adventure against overwhelming odds, a magnificent story of weaving and of turning. In all you do, creativity is asking the question, is there another way to do this? And I believe that where we are now, and to solve the challenges that we're facing, it depends on our creativity. The ability is for us to see that we have it and to use it. I went to Suzanne Simard's talk last week, and she says, science can't do this alone. It's going to take all of us, all walks of life, to figure out the challenges of this time. You all spoke really beautifully about that quote. Thank you. So, as you may have guessed, gratitude is an important thing for me. I'm a big fan of gratitude. And so now in this moment, I want to express my gratitude to each of you, to each of the TAs, the learning coordinators, to Autumn, to Chris Ewell, who created this class the way it is. And if you feel so inclined, I encourage you to reach out and express your gratitude as well. It's a way of weaving and turning and making connections. And so as a way of my thanks, I'm going to offer you a song, one of my most favorite songs. So if you stay still, be still, close your eyes, take it in. Ben's going to put it on for us.
May I suggest to you, may I suggest this is the best part of your life. May I suggest this time is blessed for you. This time is blessed and shining, almost blinding bright. Just turn your head and you'll begin to see the 1,000 reasons that were just beyond your sight. The reasons why I suggest to you, why I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a world that's been addressed to you, intended only for your eyes.
A secret world, a treasure chest to you, of private scenes and brilliant dreams that mesmerize.
A tender lover's smile, tiny baby's hands. The million stars that fill the turning sky at night. Oh, I suggest, yes, I suggest to you, yes, I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a hope that's been expressed in you, the hope of 7 generations, maybe more. This is the faith that they invest in you. It's that you'll do one better than was done before. Inside you know, inside you understand. Inside you know what's yours to finally set right. And I suggest to you, and I suggest this is the best part of your life. This is a song, comes from the west to you, comes from the west, comes from the slowly setting sun.
This is a song with a request of you to see how very short the endless days will run.
And when they're gone, and when the dark descends, we'd give anything for one more hour of light. May I suggest, this is the best part of your life.
So you are good. You are enough. You are needed. We are each in this place at the right time, and the earth needs you. The people around you need you, just as you, creating culture. And you need to be you for you. This is a really important point, that if you have been changed in some way over the course of this semester, it's because you let that happen. You made the change. You have chosen to open and to grow and to learn. You have done it. We must let go of the life we have planned so as to accept the one that is waiting for us. This is the hero's journey. And where we are now, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. I have no doubt, not an iota of doubt, that Alice Walker is right. With this, I want to send you out into the world with the faith that together we're going to weave and turn and find beauty. Have a lovely day.
Into the special